as the ANC marks its 114th anniversary. All eyes on the party's upcoming January 8th statement. That's to be delivered in the Northwest Province this weekend. Party leader Cyril Ramaphosa's address is expected to reflect on the year that was, whilst outlining the party and the governing party's priorities and political messaging going into the year of 2026. SABC News reporter Natasha Phiri standing by to give us an update. Natasha, a very good morning. Perhaps you can talk to us about the state of preparedness ahead of what's set to transpire today. It's an important statement. So when we're looking at priorities, what is coming to the fore? Is this also a local government election year?
A very good morning to you, Liesel, and of course to our SABC viewers. You're quite correct. Top of these priorities, ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa will be giving marching orders to ANC members and also flesh out, the plan of the ANC this year. You mentioned the local government elections. Most importantly, he'll be unveiling the local government action plan of the ANC. But also what's interesting this year, Liesel, is that, he also will be, in the context of this being a local government or an election year, ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa will be then, giving out and assessing, the state of the municipalities through the party's local government barometer. And of course, this is a measure that was actually implemented or introduced by the ANC in September last year to actually assess the municipalities that the ANC actually runs. And I think for our viewers who don't know, Liesel, these year's elections will be hotly contested as you have over 100,000 candidates contesting for those 10,000 seats. So this is what we can, anticipate from ANC President, Cyril Ramaphosa. But of course, it comes at a time where the ANC is faced with a number of challenges, Liesel, declining, electoral results at the polls, coupled with that, issues of factionalism, internal party issues. But of course, how will they actually appeal to the society? We've been hearing, various citizens or residents from Rustenburg complaining about issues of service delivery, lack of jobs from young people that we covered yesterday. So this is where ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa will be actually unveiling the ANC's action plan, how they will be dealing with that. But of course, Lisa, will they be able to win the hearts and souls of South Africans? Also, the issue of the SACP as well, that we've been reflecting on as the SABC. These are a number of issues that the ANC president will be tasked with addressing. If I'll just quickly step out of shot before I actually, toss to my colleagues. Preparations are underway. Of course, the program will be starting quite actually early as opposed to other January 8, statements in the previous years. We were told by the ANC that we expect around 30,000 people, Liesel, to be attending, this event at the Moruleng Stadium here in Rustenburg in the Northwest. Of course, like you've earlier cited, I am not alone, Liesel. I'm joined by my colleagues, Natasha and Tabiso Moss, and of course we'll be giving you different vantage points, but I do believe that my colleague Ntantla is on the other side of the stadium, and this as we toss to him. Ntantla, what's happening on your side?
Yes, well, indeed, coming to you right here from Moruleng Stadium, where the ANC is meeting at a different time. The last time they came to the Platinum Province, to the Northwest, the party was in charge, the party had the majority. But 2024, we saw it, or rather its support in decreasing. This party, it was established in 1912. It marks 114 years. It took over 18 years for it to govern and only managed to govern for 30 years. And over 30 years, it started facing challenges. This party comes here or celebrate its birthday at one of the most interesting time, as I already alluded to, in 2024. This year, local government elections. We saw early this week or throughout the week, ANC president together with the leaders of the ANC crisscrossing the province of Northwest, interacting with people as, per custom of the ANC when it celebrates such an event. And people excited to see the president, but they never mince their word, in terms of, laying out those particular grievances that my colleague spoke to, the issues of potholes, the issues of service delivery, Northwest surpassing Eastern Cape, becoming, one of the first, in the country in terms of unemployment, people, they're interacting with the president. This stadium has a capacity of 20,000, and it remains to be seen if, the ANC, will fill it. Another issue that one, paid attention to leading up to this is the tension within the alliance. The ANC comes here wounded. Its alliance partner, the SABC, raising concerns in terms of the reconfiguration of the alliance, the party not backing down, saying that it's tired of campaigning for the ANC, saying that it was taken, or rather deemed within the alliance as a stepchild, saying that it's going at it independently currently. The two political parties are grappling with the modalities in terms of how they're going to coexist, fishing from the same pond when it comes to, elections. This year, local government elections, it remains to be seen if the ANC still appeals to, the electorate. I mean, this is no ordinary political party when you look at the South African political landscape. A liberation movement that was established 114 years ago, the party of Nelson Mandela, one of those global icons that, were loved. It remains to be seen if ANC this year, will appeal. I mean, we interacted with the president, who also considered that there were challenges here, and Northwest being, one of those provinces that, has mineral resources, but still struggles when it comes to creation of jobs. But like Natasha said, it's not only us here. Our colleague, Tabiso Moses, on the other side, or rather outside the gate, seeing how many people are still coming in. But what we can tell you now, inside it's still a bit empty, but we know that probably people, as time goes, they will come in. With that being said, let me just take it to my colleague on the other side, Tabiso Moses.
Thank you, Ntanta. Good morning to our viewers from here at Moruleng Stadium in the Northwest Province, where we are expecting the ANC to celebrate its 114th anniversary since it was formed around 1912. And the province that is hosting this year's ANC's anniversary, the Northwest, there are many challenges in this province. And as we are heading to local government elections, my colleagues have already alluded to the point that we are heading to local government elections, where we have seen the ANC in the province has been declining in terms of the electoral support. Even if you look at the by-elections results in the various municipalities in the province, if you talk about municipalities such as Makwasi Hills in Volomaranstad, Mahikeng, as well as some of the municipalities, the recent by-elections in Ramotshirimura local municipality, where the ANC has lost a ward to Action SA, and in some of the municipalities in Mahikeng, a few years ago, they've lost a ward 5 to EFF, and in Makwasi Hills in 2024, they've lost a ward to the Democratic Alliance. So those are some of the things that are happening here in the province as far as ANC is faring in the elections. And even in Rustenburg, in this district of Bojanala, the ANC has lost a ward to Ward 45 to MKP or MKP, as we have seen that happening. And that what most interestingly about that one is that it belongs to the chairperson of the ANC in the region of Bojanala, who is also the executive mayor of Rustenburg local municipality, Sheila Mabale Huma, comes from that Ward 45 that ANC has lost to Action SA, to MKP during by-elections. It was around 2024 or last year, 2025. So that's the situation in the Northwest Province, where the ANC is coming. But the ANC in the province is saying that it is expecting scores of people to come here at Moruleng Stadium to listen to the president, who's going to deliver the January 8th statement later this morning. And when he was addressing ANC members and supporters at Witikon Stadium during the cake cutting ceremony, the president alluded to the fact that some of the issues that he's going to touch on his speech is the issue of unemployment. You'll remember that Northwest is ranked number 1 in the country as far as unemployment is concerned, with more than half of people in this province not working. And at the same time, the president also spoke about the municipalities in the Northwest Province, that he is going to give plans with regard to how the ANC will turn around the situation at municipalities, especially here in the Northwest Province, taking into consideration the dire state of many municipalities in the province, where provision of basic services is still a problem. problem more than 30 years later, since ANC has started to govern some of the municipalities in the Northwest Province, even though we are seeing that their electoral support has been declining over the years in the province and in other provinces like your Northern Cape, where it has lost its outright majority during 2024 national and provincial elections. Lizel?
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Tabiso, Natasha, and in Nhlanhla, of course, we bring you rolling coverage as the ANC outlines its January 8th statement, the oldest liberation movement on the continent, having fought for rights. We see their relevance today and what they're going to outline ahead of local government elections come 2026.